Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It is fantastic that you're here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on the vocal dexterity of Bobby McFerrin. You know, the Don't Worry, Be Happy guy. And in that particular video, we talked about the fact that worry doesn't really add anything to our lives, and perhaps happiness can be found not from external circumstances, but it's actually found within, and the external stuff actually resonates with the happiness that is already there. So I trust you enjoyed that one. Well, we're going to a big band in the music world today. These guys were formed in 1983 in New Jersey, and there's been a pretty consistent lineup right through their career because these guys are actually still going and coming up to their 40th anniversary in, I suppose, 2023. So on keyboard, we have David Bryan, drums, Tico Torres. In the initial stages, bass was Alec John Such, and he got replaced by Hugh McDonald. And then we, of course, we got Richie Sambora on lead guitar, and he was around until 2013 when Phil X took over from him, and of course John Bon Jovi on lead vocals. So we are talking about Bon Jovi today. These guys, between 1984 and 2020, it seems have released 15 albums and 66 singles. They tour constantly, they have toured constantly ever since they started, and it is estimated that they have sold 130 million albums. So these guys are extremely successful and extremely popular. You know, with songs such as Bed of Roses and You Give Love a Bad Name and Runaway and Wanted Dead or Alive or Blaze of Glory or Sleep When I'm Dead, the songs just go on and on and on and on. So many popular songs, and yes, I know if you're a Bon Jovi fan, there are some songs I have not mentioned there, but we're going to get onto those in a minute. These guys have won a lot of awards. American Music Award, Billboard Music Award, Billboard Touring Award. As I said, they tour constantly, and their shows are massive. Brit Awards, Grammy Awards, UK Music Hall of Fame in 2006, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2018. And John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora, as the predominant songwriters of Bon Jovi, got inducted into the Songwriting Hall of Fame in 2009. So an incredible career, and a career that is still going, it would seem, with an album being released in 2020. Now, we can't talk about Bon Jovi without talking about the song Where in a Sense of World met Bon Jovi. And this song came off the Slippery When Wet album, the iconic album of 1986. This particular album sold 28 million copies in its own right. That is a phenomenal effort for an album. And of course, we're talking about the song Living on a Prayer. And actually, if you put a couple of the other songs, It's My Life, which came off the Crush album of 2000, and Keep the Faith, which came off the album of the same name in 1992, there is a little bit of a trend and a little bit of a theme going through these three songs that I just wanted to talk about today. And of course, we met Tommy and Ginas in the song Living on a Prayer. You know, the chorus goes, "Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer." Just imagine that, thinking Tommy and Ginas. Now, these two guys, where do you reckon they're from? They're probably from the, you know, just two kids that met each other and they fell in love and they thought it was just really good to be in each other's lives. And it's very much the us against the world type of thing going on. Now, we're going to do the best we can in this world. And as long as we're together, that's all that matters. Um, Living on a prayer very much is that it is holding on to a dream, holding on to something that hopefully for them will come to fruition down the track. And certainly when we look at It's My Life from 2000, where these guys are mentioned again, it talks about the fact that they stood their ground and they didn't back down, and they're still standing 14 years later. Now, we always kind of hope that, that life did turn out really well for these two guys. And the fact that they're still standing and they stood their ground means that their values and what they held as important carried them through. So it's nice to see, I think, Bon Jovi resolve their story a little bit some 14 years later with the song It's My Life. And I suppose the thing that keeps this story going is that song is Keeping the Faith. And of course that came off 1992. And this concept of the fact is not giving up on faith, keeping it, keeping true to your values, keeping true to the things that are important, wholesome, being kind in the world, trying to make a positive difference in the world, having someone to do life with that just makes life worthwhile. There is something quite compelling about struggling together, perhaps going somewhere different together. There's a bit of a history of doing life together because you need that other person to do life with. You know, there's something quite compelling about Tommy and Ginas' story. And I think, for all the Tommys and Ginas out there who are just doing their best day by day, Bon Jovi is certainly encouraging you to keep with your journey. And I suppose this video today is also saying that keep on with your journey, because this world needs people like you guys, people who work hard, people who try their best, people who have a vision and a dream, people who are just passionate for their partner and for the history that you've shared with them. The world needs people like this, guys. It really, really does. Because it's not the success and the money and the wealth and the big houses that speaks to this world. It's stories like this one, stories of hard work, stories of just doing the best you can that seem to compel us forward more so. Because we see the best humanity has to offer in these kind of situations. And Tommy and Gina, your story needs to be sung about. And your story resonated with the world, with the album selling 28 million copies. I suppose for the guys at Bon Jovi who did come from New Jersey, we're not talking Manhattan Island in the city of New York with the glamour and the luxury of Manhattan Island. These guys are from the working suburbs, from the working class, and they are very much bringing that story, their story, into their music. And that's why for people who go to see Bon Jovi, who may be from working class areas, they just resonate and they just get it. They don't pretend to be something they're not. They don't pretend to be something else. They are just them. They are real. And reality is the best thing that we can bring into this world. Not reality television. That's actually not real at all. That's actually quite fake. In fact, in reality television, it's all about who gets voted off. And often it's the nice ones that get voted off first. It's not that sort of reality. We're talking about a reality that we can resonate with. And I'm thinking this is what has made Bon Jovi so successful, 130 million albums. They talk straight, they sing straight. They're stories we can all associate with, and that what makes them such a compelling act, and so deserving of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction in 2018, and to John and Richie for their Songwriting Hall of Fame. I mean, that's a very high honour indeed. To get inducted in that crowd is a very high honour. These guys know how to write songs. These guys know how to write hit songs. And these guys know what it means to connect with their audience. And of course, Bon Jovi are an incredible band. They really, really are. And as I said, the lineup has been, apart from a couple of changes, has been pretty solid. And we all know how good John Bon Jovi's voice actually is. He's been singing for a while, so it hasn't got the edge it used to have, but it is still there. It is still compelling, and there's still an amazing voice. This guy has got an incredible range. Living on a Prayer goes up very, very high indeed. In fact, it even goes up a key at one point. And John Bon Jovi, when this song came out, he absolutely nailed the vocals. And of course, one of the other trademarks of Bon Jovi is the vocoder microphone that Richie Sambora certainly brought out in Living on a Prayer, and he brought back in It's My Life. Certainly, that is a bit of a trademark for Bon Jovi as well. And of course, Chico on drums is just solid. And of course, David, one of the first things that Living on a Prayer we hear are the strings. And it just really sets the scene for what is an iconic song. One of these songs of the 1980s, this one. And well done to Bon Jovi for bringing it to us. Really, really compelling indeed. So, if you are doing your best in this world and trying to make a positive difference, well done indeed, because Living on a Prayer is written just for people like yourself. So well done indeed, and please be encouraged in your journey today. Well, on to the clips. And yes, I did talk about the 3 songs. We do have Living on a Prayer. I suppose this is the official clip of this one. This is a clip where the world, in essence, even though Slippery When Wet was the 3rd album of Bon Jovi, this was in essence the song that the world met Bon Jovi through. And so, we have to have that particular clip with all of the glitz and glamour of what was at stadium rock of the 1980s. We then got to Keep the Faith. That's a live version of that particular song. So just see how incredible these guys are on stage back in 1999, and how much the crowd gets into them. And we've also then got It's My Life. Again, that is a live performance of that one. So I trust that you'll enjoy those 3 videos today. Look at the ones you want to look at there. All of them or some of them, whatever you'd like to do. I'll leave that totally up to you. And I've also included my video from last time on Bobby McFerrin. So if you want to recap on that one, feel free as well. Well, that's it for today. If you've come back for another video, it's fantastic that you're here, and thank you very much for doing so. If you've hung around for the end, even fantastic as well. So thank you for that as well. And by the way, I keep forgetting to say this, that the links to all of those videos are in the description below. So that's where you'll find them. I never embed my videos into my videos. I don't want to sort of capitalize on that. I prefer just to put the links below for you to look at for yourself. And also note the invitation too, that if you want me to look at a song, feel free to put it in the comments, and I'll certainly do that one for you. So that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to Bonnie Tyler and one of the songs of the 1980s. So until then, I'll catch you around.